Uh, this is the American Rebellion. My name is Jerry. How y'all doing? Sorry about last night. My fault. Anyway, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I'm here with Matt and Dave and Nick as usual. So hopefully we can get a few laughs in tonight. We got Larry Burns from Canada, Robert Woods, and Saul Zane, who is apparently in trouble again with Facebook. He's a very bad person, really. Uh, Matt, how you doing?
Well, I got fucking house guests this weekend.
You got what?
House guests.
Oh, okay.
Friends of my wife from her high school days. A woman and her son from Nebraska. Guy that now lives in Arkansas, but they're all originally Californian. We're having a high old time.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Sounds like it.
That's good.
Sounds like it. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, I like the woman and their son. They're nice. Our kids. They did a whole beach day today. They went down to I think Carlsbad or something. They were gone all day. I was here by myself. I even gave myself a haircut and took a shower and shit like this.
Gave yourself a haircut. You got
All that domestic shit.
You got $10 million. You can't go get a haircut.
What the fuck? I cut it all off with clippers. What am I gonna pay somebody for that? I haven't paid for a haircut in 25 years, bro.
Yeah, me same here. I bought a clipper from Amazon. I did my own haircuts.
This is why you two.
Jerry, you do too.
Yeah, there's a little difference there. There's a little difference. How about you, Nick? What, Nick quit?
Well, I shave by myself, but it's speaking of that shit. You still have to get a damn appointment to go to get a haircut somewhere, even after all this COVID shit was lifted. That's ridiculous. But other than that, I'm pretty good.
You have to wear.
Except people can't fucking drive in this city.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a haircut. I could just feel funny about somebody holding a razor blade up to my neck and giving me a shave. I don't like that.
Well, you're well loved, Dave. What can we tell you?
Yeah, not the straight razor thing. There's no way.
I don't think a lot of them do that anymore because there's a lot of health type regulations or something. I don't know, but.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be unsanitary or something. Yeah. When I was a kid, my dad, he'd go to the barbershop every week because he had to have a haircut. Being on the police department, and old Jake the barber, he'd get a haircut and a fucking shave. He'd lay back in the chair with hot towels on his face.
Yep.
He'd get a fucking straight razor shave every fucking time he got a haircut.
Yep.
I wonder how many people caught AIDS from dirty razors.
I don't know, but
way back in the day when I was a kid, my barbers, it was 3 barbers. Leger's Barbershop is still open today. It's like the son, Leger, is still there. Perry is his name. Well, there was his dad, his other old man, and Mr. Savoy, and then Perry. It's just Perry now. But they would, in the end, after they finished talking their soap opera shit and gossiped like a bunch of women, when they were trimming the back of your neck, because they didn't have clippers back then. Yeah, it was with a straight razor.
Yeah, I remember that.
They do that around your ears and shit when you get a haircut in the back of your neck and everything. But I was only a kid. I didn't need a shave. But this Jake the barber, he was old school. I mean, he would sharpen the razor like on a whetstone, then strop it and everything.
Yeah,
it was fucking. It looked like a fucking mirror, that goddamn razor.
Oh, they had this leather strap on the back of the chair. They would, whip it around on that some bitch to make sure it's sharp. I don't know what was on that damn leather strap, but I guess some kind of, sand or grit or something that would sharpen that razor.
Oh, the strop. Yeah. All right, Dave, how you doing?
Well, actually, the idea of that is to make a sharper edge.
Yeah, I think the leather, just being the type of leather it was good enough to sharpen them. If you ever looked at how thin that blade was and how sharp it was, that's all you needed was the leather to hone it down or hone it out to to its max.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I had about 15. I one time collected them. I had a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, and then he'd put some talcum powder around after he shaved your neck and your ears. He'd rub talcum powder on it, and then put some smell them shit on his hands and run it through your hair and shit.
Oh, really?
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. It's the same shit when I was a kid. These guys, they just give you the works. All the while, they probably fucked up your hair the whole time. But boy, they sure shaved your neck and your ears and everything else, and you get out of there. You're like, okay, they gashed my head here and over there because they're too busy gossiping like a bunch of women.
Do you remember do you remember that jar? Like it had a swizzle. It looked like something for keeping straws or swizzle sticks in it, and it was all blue liquid, and they kept the combs in there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, disinfectant shit or whatever it was.
I wonder what the bottom of that looked like at the end of the week.
Wonder if they ever changed it.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I never one time seen a barber change that shit in a jar with the silver top. I never seen that. Did y'all see the name of the guy that murdered Ashley Babbitt has been released? I didn't even know he was arrested. So, sorry.
He wasn't arrested. His name was released. If it's actually true.
Well, what was his name? A hard name? What? I don't know.
Capitol Police guy. No, it was a black guy.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. I heard. I don't know how true.
That's why his name wasn't released.
I heard he was a BLM type guy. I don't know. I heard it on Facebook, so it's very hard to tell.
Right. That's why I'm saying if it's true. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I think tonight we try to get a laugh out of something, and murder is not funny.
Maybe we'll do a little news of the weird or something. See if we can find any Florida man stories.
Let's see.
There you go.
Saul says, Alan says, Daddy was in the Air Force, so we got free haircuts. And they cut it however they wanted. Yeah, it sounds about right there, Alan.
Yeah, damn near to the white meat.
Yeah.
That's how you got it.
I remember my first Marine Corps haircut. Took about 30 seconds. And there was still like tufts of hair sticking out.
There was no precision whatsoever involved. It was just next.
When you had
cattle in the chute.
I'll never forget.
That's when they always show it on TV.
Yeah, you walk into the fucking. It's not even a shop. It's just a room, right? You got 5 barbers, and they're working feverishly to get through 100 guys. I was like.
Yeah, no special haircuts.
And the first guy to walk out, everybody laughed at him.
And the weird thing about it, they got like fucking 5 horsepower clippers or something, because you can't do it with somebody with full head of hair that goddamn fast with any like retail fucking clippers. I don't know what the fuck they got.
I think they had a pull
No,
cord
it
on
would
them,
just
and
clog the hell up on you.
they had a 5-gallon gas can and a pull cord on them. I don't know. First guy walks out.
It's like a weed eater.
First guy walks out. Everybody's laughing at him. Second guy walks out. And by about the fifth guy, everybody realized, oh shit, that's how I'm gonna look.
Gashes everywhere, a little cut, blood a little running. They don't give two shits. And then you're probably gonna get reprimanded because your hair ain't cut to specs after the fact.
No, it's just.
I heard something one time the barber said that this is what a friend, he said, if you got any little moles or boo-boos on your head, or let me know now because it's coming off.
I believe it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I mean,
Don't
listen.
want you,
This is how
in the chair.
they were holding the clippers, and this is how they did it, just like this. And I mean that speed. Matt's right. It's like they had a 5-gallon can of gas and a pull cord on the clippers, man, because them things could go through trees.
I always wondered,
Yeah.
I always
It's
wondered,
impossible to cut somebody with a full head of hair in fucking 25 seconds.
Yeah.
It's fucking impossible with like clippers you can buy. I don't know where they get them fucking things.
Did anybody ever go to get a shoe shine from a shoe shine kid with the box, little box thing and everything? You sit in the chair and they shoe shine your shoes.
I did that at a bar. They used to have the shoe shine guy, but not like they used to.
I think that's the closest thing a guy can do, to compare like a woman going to a gynecologist.
I'm afraid
That's a strange analogy.
Yeah.
I don't follow
Here's the
logic.
here's the thing. You tip your shoe shine boy, but did women, tip their gynecologists?
I see. I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to. Yeah. Same clippers I use for my dogs. It may be. I don't know, Alan. It was just. Until Matt said it, I never realized that that's absolutely true. First time I ever took all my hair off, I was I don't know. I was in my I think I was like 37. And I was in the bathroom for a half hour. Okay. So these guys, literally 25 seconds you were in that chair, and then you were heading back out for to the rest of the people get laughed at. So. Yeah.
It takes me about 5 minutes now.
Yeah, well, I don't have any hair. I use those, they're okay in the shower. They're hair clippers, but they're more like groomers, for like beard groomers or whatever. But I just use it on my whole head in the shower, and it takes me for that and my face and underneath here it takes I don't know, 6-7 minutes maybe. I don't know. Oh, Dave Rougeau.
Waterproof groomers?
Yeah. Well, they're like rechargeable.
They got waterproof.
Yeah. Well, they got rechargeable. Razors. I don't actually shave. I just, once or twice or something, I just trim it all down to nubs. And I try to do something with this. I got to do that out of the shower. But yeah, they sell them. They're waterproof, and this way it just goes down the drain, and it never clogged the drain, so I'm good. Deborah Cole is here. Franklin Mohart Jr. is here. Damn, it's been a long time, man. How you doing?
Hello, Franklin. Welcome back.
Hey, Franklin. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Franklin?
You're the only guy I've ever seen on here gets everybody to say hello to him. They don't even do that for me. Of course, I'm not as popular as you, Frank.
Hello, Jerry. Hello,
Jerry,
Alan
what's up?
McMillian. Hello, Larry Burns. Larry Frank Burns. How you doing up there,
Here's
Dan?
the show. Rumper bumper, stop for boot. Magic mirror, tell me to.
Good night, John boy.
Yeah. Deborah Cole is here.
Franklin's somewhat of a neighbor to me at this point. He's not too far away from me where you live.
Franklin lives in Louisiana.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought he lived
he
in
does.
I thought he lived in a
He's not
different
too far
state.
away.
Oh, I thought he lived in a different state. I'm sorry. All right. My sympathies.
Unless he
Franklin.
lied to me, but I think he lives not too far away from me.
Unless he lied to you. Why the fuck would he lie to you?
Maybe he moved. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Could be. I don't know. I can remember getting gum in my hair. It took scissors to cut it out. The problem was I cut into my scalp. Dad straightened it out by giving me my first crew cut. Oh, and I was a kid. That's all I got because my mother did it. And it was, I don't know if you'd call it a crew cut.
Never seen what a
It was more like what I have now. Maybe a quarter inch of hair was left or something. One of them deals. They put one of them. My mom did it. She put one of them attachments on. Franklin travels. Yes, he does.
at least you,
Kaplan, Louisiana. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, Kaplan. That's not far from me. That's just kind of east of me.
Yeah, you should go.
Not
over.
too far.
You should
getting
go over
gum in your
to
hair
Texas.
is not as bad as getting Gorilla Glue in your hair, so at least you didn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So no gorilla glue. Well, then at least he could have sued the company or something. Because they should
I
be allowed.
had a girlfriend one time, the love of my life. She was from Slidell.
Good luck. She's probably from New Orleans at that point, but moved up to Slidell.
Why is New Orleans such
Franklin
a
says he's in Louisiana.
why is Louisiana or not Louisiana? Why is New Orleans so bad? I mean, I understand why, but I mean, why don't they? Is it like the rest of these cities? They just don't do anything about it except make more policies that make it worse.
Crowded streets on Mardi Gras is great for pickpockets.
Pretty much, it's the most liberal parish in Louisiana. The most liberal.
I see.
And we have this stupid woman mayor over there that she blocks everything because of COVID. She kept everything closed the longest time, in the state's history of COVID. Refused to let anything open. Refused to let the Superdome open so that the Saints, can get fans in the stadium. She's just, a piece of shit is what she is, basically. But then the murder rate, they're like one of the top 3 murder rates in the whole country.
Wow.
It's not a good place to live. I've been there. I've never lost anything, and I don't think I'm ever going to go back. It's just the way it is. Been there many times.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes perfect sense, and sadly,
Yeah, they call this woman Latoya the Destroyer. That's the mayor of New Orleans, Latoya the Destroyer.
Well,
I mean, she's just liberal, whack job.
NOLA used to be a great place to go for a great time, but since Katrina, it sucks. Well, Katrina was a fucking mess on all levels. On all levels. I mean, did they ever fix the levees, at least? I mean, wasn't that the problem with Katrina? They all kind of gave way.
Yeah, and the pumping stations didn't work and the whole 9 yards.
Right,
So
right.
I don't know what they did.
So
I don't know what they did to actually rectify it. So if
So-
any of it works anymore is beyond me.
So the pumping stations.
Nick, did you ever drive your Chevy out there?
So the pumping stations didn't work,
Not a vet.
which caused the levees to give way or whatever, cave in, something, right? That makes sense, right?
No,
That's
quite the opposite. Levees broke. Pumping
Oh.
stations couldn't pump the water out fast enough because the city of New Orleans is way below sea level.
yeah.
So it
yeah.
just sucked in the water at that point.
Oh, so the
But
one.
David-
Yeah, and the Levies is a Jewish family. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's Levees.
What Joe said, Latoya is from California. Yeah, we got Murphy from Massachusetts out here in New Jersey.
It wouldn't surprise me that Latoya the Destroyer is from California. That doesn't shock me whatsoever. Kind of like Maxine Waters being the mayor over there or whatever the hell she is.
Sal says they're levies, not levies.
Yeah, I got that. Thanks, guys. So the one thing that keeps the city dry, the city decided to forget about because they had better things to spend money on, like themselves. I get it. Okay. This is all making perfect sense now in this warped world we live in. And
Can't
the
forget about all
mayor,
those special interests.
and the mayor at the time of the hurricane ended up in jail for what? Corruption of some sort, right?
Oh yeah, we had this. It's always black mayors. But this guy, I don't remember the guy's name. It was a man.
Yeah.
He got indicted for having 20,000 or some. I mean, how many thousand of dollars in his goddamn freezer that he was confiscating? They put his ass up. Sent him up to the river because he was corrupt as fuck.
Yeah.
But they still.
Was he putting the cash in the crisper?
Like,
not only him, his brother was corrupt as well. They were both in politics.
yeah. Well,
But he was the mayor, and his brother did some stupid shit. He got indicted, and then this bastard got indicted, and they both went to prison, and then these ignorant bastards vote this stupid bitch in, and then they're still in the same boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay,
that sounds
stupid
like
assholes.
That's for some
Was he a
reason,
Democrat?
that sounds like every goddamn other
Yeah.
liberal run city. So there you go. The only person to go to jail for Katrina bullshit. Yeah. You would think others would when they I don't know. Anyway, I was just wondering because, I mean, New Orleans is a famous city.
It's if you go there, I mean, you just have to get used to the smell, but it's fun to go there.
Yeah.
I mean, you go down Bourbon Street.
I've been there once.
Yeah, and you didn't lose anything, so you're not gonna go back. Just not like me, I've been there more than once, but still.
Who was
Yeah,
UEP
it's
Long?
not a good experience.
UEP Long started out as a good guy and ended up being highly.
Well, they assassinated his ass.
Yeah, there's some guy came up, put a bullet in him. He was he got
Yeah, that was way back. Who was that? I forgot which. There was a president that pretty much called it on his ass and said, "Kill this motherfucker here."
Yeah, he was what I
That was
think
a long time ago.
what the problem was, he became way too powerful and he made some very powerful enemies.
Well, it's
sadly.
like Edwin Edwards. You know, that son bitch was governor here forever and a day
Yeah.
till he got sent to prison.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, now, I just heard a few days ago he's now on hospice, and they don't know. You know, he's like way up in his 80s and shit. He's on hospice care, so who knows what's gonna go. You know, he met this woman while he's in the local prison, just up the road from me. They finally let him out.
yeah, I heard they
He
let him
married
out.
this crazy bitch. Yeah, and he's sick. He's old, so he's sick, and yeah, who knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well,
Is there anybody else missing the share button on this page? I just noticed that.
well, that wouldn't surprise me. Why couldn't tell you, but that wouldn't surprise me.
I see it.
I'll just copy and share the link on my page. That's all. Here we go.
I don't know. It's to the point now where I can't share from the American Rebellion page to my page. It's I don't know. I mean, unless I do like Dave just did. It's like I can share to groups. I can't share to individuals. I can't share to other pages. I can't share to my own page. So it just is what it is, and it's sad. But what are you gonna do? Then if you share it too much, they get mad at you.
Shadow banning.
Yeah, they get mad if you share it too much. So well, what the fuck you? I don't know. I don't bother anymore. So.
Oh, you can't win for losing with Facebook. You
No.
just can't. No point in trying to battle it.
I've been accused of abusing my share button a couple times.
I have too. I got kicked off from sharing. Used to be able to make an event for a show, right? And everyone who liked the page or whatever, okay, you could invite on the event page. Then it went down to I could only invite 500, which is fine. For 500, you're going to get maybe 30 or 40 people. That's fine. I think, whatever. That was good. And then it went down to 250, and that's when I quit making events. So, listen, guys, there's only, one of the reasons that the video's so fucking bad every time, and the sound is because of Facebook. Okay, what happens is they get a signal of some sort from me that goes to them, and they slow the signal down. It's that simple. Okay. So there's Matt. Look at that. In his garage, smoking a cigarette. There goes Matt. There's Matt again.
Yeah. I can't see you now. I can't see myself.
You're lucky.
Yeah, that's you can't, man. I mean, I see you got that haircut. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know that in May the BBC made a documentary that revealed that dolphins are getting high now?
Off of
Miami Dolphins? We knew that.
Well, apparently they've been getting high forever, but they've discovered the dolphins are chewing on high. Pufferfish release a nerve toxin when provoked.
Yeah,
Large doses can be deadly.
Yeah.
I know
but
that
small amounts can produce a narcotic effect.
I know they're good eating, but there's a certain part of it that can kill you. So you have to know a certain way to fillet that animal.
Yes.
To cook it. So I never
Well,
messed.
apparently the dolphins know a certain way to chew on it and get high and pass it around.
I thought they just agitate them so they puff up and they can like play a ball game with them.
No, it says the dolphins, having partaken of just the right amount, appear to enter a trance-like state, and they begin acting peculiarly, hanging around with their noses at the surface as if fascinated by their own reflection. It was most extraordinary to see.
I wonder if they ever get into the bales of weed that get dumped overboard.
Do they all
I'm
hang,
sure they're smart enough to figure that one out.
do they
Yeah.
all, do they
Tear
all,
that shit up.
do they all hang around the undersea in and out and eat like 3 bags of hamburgers from having the munchies?
Dolphin munchies, that must be the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, hey, come on, don't bogart that puffer fish. Pass it around, man.
You gotta,
Yeah. Well, the puffer fish, that's a big, like, Japanese or Chinese, delicacy. But you have to cook that shit, clean it, cook it just right, or it will kill you.
right. You
As
gotta,
a
you gotta, right. You gotta get rid of that. That's whatever. It's like a sack or a piece of the meat that's got the toxin, with the bad toxin shit in it.
Yeah, it's like
So here you go.
that's a
You're gonna enjoy this
delicacy
meal, but you might die.
yeah, that's a delicacy that you pay a lot for. That you are taking a big ass chance that you may live through it, or you may not.
Yeah.
I don't like fish that fucking much to really eat that much.
No, there's plenty of fish
Well,
you can
especially
eat without
poisonous
dying.
fish.
Yeah, there's plenty of fish you can eat without dying, so that's always a plus. That's good.
Catfish is not poisonous.
Yeah.
Shark, my bass, perch, white, but brim, none of that's poison. Cat, and if you want to eat a nasty fish, catch a goddamn, what they call this dumb motherfucker. We just cut him up because it's got a rock in its head down here. They fight like a bass. What the hell's the name of this motherfucker?
I can't think.
I'll think about it and come back on you.
The rockhead bass.
Yeah, no, it's not a bass, but I have to circle back on that.
Sheephead.
No, it's a big ass fish that it fights like a bass when you catch one. But
Gar?
only a certain ethnicity keeps it. No, it's not gar. Gar, it's you got to cook gar just right because it's cottony. But this other thing is full of bones, and it's actually got a rock in its head.
What about these? I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese. They eat those little young octopus live. I saw this one guy who's almost choking on it. I'm thinking, you're eating one of those things. It knows it doesn't want to die. What if it grabs onto that little hangy down punching bag?
Oh yeah,
chokes the shit out of you.
Oh, a shoe.
That's a big. It's called mukbang on YouTube. Mukbang challenge. It's bizarre shit.
The fish I'm thinking about is a shoepig. We call that an other kind of fish. I'm not going to say what we call it because only certain people keep that shit and eat it.
Carp?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
just cut the throat and throw it back off the boat.
Carp?
Yeah.
No, shoepig.
No, people eat carp. Usually, people eat carp. Some. Most people don't want to eat carp. Isn't carp like a bottom feeder kind of thing? I don't know. They're not very clean fish. You got to cut them up, and
Yes.
I've never had one, but I've known people who have, and you got to cook them right. So let's see. Neil Faith is here. How you doing, Neil?
Shoepig is full of bones. There's more bones than meat. So you have to be very, diligent and very hungry to clean a shoepig.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never had a carp, and it's not just I don't like fish, so it's not big for me. I really don't like fish. I don't like seafood uh, at all.
I tried to cook that once, and came out mushy, and it just tasted nasty. I threw it in the garbage. Tried to batter dip it and deep fry it. It just no matter what you do with it, it just tastes like garbage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they eat. Listen,
I don't like ocean fish. I like freshwater fish, like bass or perch or brim
Yes.
or
That's
whatever.
the best tasting.
bluegill or whatever you want.
Yeah, but if you get like
Walleyes, man.
my shark is very good. That kind of stuff is
Love
pretty good.
salmon.
I never ate salmon.
my
Salmon's
wife
good.
likes salmon.
I like it raw.
I don't know why is fucking salmon red and every other fish is fucking white. Why is that?
Well, we also have, down here in the south, we have redfish, which you catch in the Gulf, Mexico, redfish. That's very good eating.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that, but I never had tried redfish. Bluefish are good.
Bonita is another
Oily,
fish
but
that's
you
nasty
gotta-
to eat. A lot of people down in South Florida will eat bonita. They'll have, like in the newspapers, they'll tell you where they're running. You go there, you can catch a bunch of them.
Yeah,
that's my mama's name.
Bonita.
Yeah, I fished
another
a long
fish that's
time
nasty.
ago.
My mama's name is Bonita.
Well, there you go. We'll leave all the jokes aside because it's his mother. But, yeah. Anyway.
Well, that just means beautiful in Mexican. I mean,
All right, exactly.
I thought that was
Beautiful
Chiquita.
woman.
Chiquita Bonita? Is that Chiquita Banana?
The banana.
I don't know. I don't like fish. Never have, never will. I guess if I was starving, I'd like them.
Oh, when I worked for that Italian restaurant in Baton Rouge when I was going to LSU, I mean, they got in fresh fish every single day in these big ass ice chests. And I mean, grouper, tuna, shark, you name it. And then the old woman that, the Italian woman that cooked there, she cut it all up into steaks and grilled it. And you talk about some good shit. That was good.
Shark steaks with lemon on it. Man, oh man, Shevitz.
I remember.
Jerry, you never had Archer Treacher's fish and chips?
Yes. God help me. I hated that. I hated Arthur Treacher's night. I was the only one who couldn't stand fish in the family. I don't know. But I worked in a Chinese restaurant when I was 17 and up to about 19, before I went to Marine Corps. And they would eat that shark, and they would eat shark fin soup and all that bullshit. Oh God! When they cooked the entire fucking fish.
Hell no.
You'd have that motherfucker staring at you on the plate, and they would just slowly but surely pick away at it till there was nothing left but bones. I'm not even sure they gutted the motherfucker, to be quite frank with you. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think I want to eat something that's playing peekaboo with me.
Yeah, every goddamn thing they ate, they cooked the whole motherfucking thing, and it was staring at you on the plate. It was I couldn't figure it out. I don't know.
To make you feel guilty.
Not me.
Oh, there's some of them that they cook the fish. It ain't even dead. It's still moving around. They start eating the fucking thing.
Them Chinese people, if it comes from the ocean, they'll eat any goddamn thing. Sea kelp, whatever. Makes no difference. and they'll pile it all on a plate and shovel it on down with chopsticks. They don't care. They don't even use a fucking knife. Walk around, see a China guy with a fucking fish hanging out of his mouth, and he's just, slowly but surely spitting bones out the side of his face. So.
Yeah, it's like people are not that removed from the animal kingdom.
No.
I watched this video. This giant bullfrog had this duck's fucking head down his gullet, and the duck is flapping around, and this frog is got his head down his gullet, and this guy picks it up and he pulls the fucking duck out of the goddamn frog's gullet and lets it go. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know how that frog was going to eat the whole duck, but he was trying.
I've seen bullfrogs on the banks of a reservoir nail small birds. I've also seen them go after baby snapping turtles and swallow them down.
The fucking bass will eat birds or mice or whatever's fucking all around on bushes or anything.
Yep.
Whatever's on, it's all on the menu for those critters.
It's all opportunity, I think, and they survive and they eat, and they're always looking for their next meal. So it's all opportunity. It's not like a lion; they'll eat their fill. They can go a while without eating, and then when they start to get a little hungry, they go out looking. Rest of the time, they hang out with the lionesses and make baby lions and fight with each other.
Lions are weird. They'll kill off the cubs to make the female go back and eat again, just so they can have fun.
Yeah, well, that's...
Fight with they'll kill their own offspring.
Yep.
Well, no, they won't kill their own. They'll kill somebody else's.
Especially
that's because when somebody else's grow up, they'll be a threat to them.
Yeah, okay. Especially if it's a male. Yeah, they don't like the males because of that. That's why the mother is so fucking... Mothers are meaner than the males. Because they have to fight off everything. You don't see no baby lions playing with the head lion, that's for sure.
No, the matriarch of the
all right, hold on.
Lion Kingdom
hold
is
on.
the baddest motherfucker in the world.
Hold on. Robert, everything all right, buddy? Because I don't know this guy at all. He says he knows you, but he kind of puts stuff a little weird. So let me know if I need to do something, buddy. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Robert who?
Neil Faith has a woman picture.
Yeah. Well, that could be his wife, or it could be a hooker. I don't know. And I don't say that to be insulting. If you're a decent guy, Neil, I'm sorry. But Robert doesn't seem to know you. And we get that once in a while here. If you're under an assumed name, like half the people on there, because being kicked off of Facebook, we understand that. But please... I'm not sure, Jerry. It's a hooker.
God damn it.
You want me to get rid of
Oh,
her?
that's
somebody attack me, will you? God damn it.
That's a hooker. That's all that is. It's a
I
woman.
don't get no excitement. Fuck. Nobody wants to attack me anytime, and I don't use aliases or anything. What the fuck is going on here?
You're not special, and you're just like the rest of us.
Yeah, I get hooker. I got one today. I blocked her, Robert. or him or whatever it was, I blocked it. My wife, but we get that.
Started at Oklahoma Sooners, lives in Oklahoma City, from Oklahoma City, single,
Yeah,
and
single.
2 pictures, and one of them with a shark top with cleavage and shit. Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah, if the single is the main thing I look for immediately. If it says single and she's 20 and is a knockout, and she's from, especially if she's from, like, say, Nigeria and as white as this, the Alps. I blocked her, Robert.
Yeah, it sounds suspicious.
Yeah. I'm really 20-year-olds should never like me.
Hey, anything's possible. Come on now.
No. I got one today, and I was looking at it while I was right before the show when Nick and I were talking. And this was one of those ones, every once in a while you'll get one, and it looks like it could be legit. But it's just not quite there.
It cracks me up. Facebook gives me these suggestions for, you might know this person, suggestions from friends. You click on her homepage, and the first post on the top of her page is a video of just raw sex, some guy and gal going at it on the bed. And I'm like, how come Facebook is not, why don't they spend less time on fact checking and more time on, anybody's child with a computer could get on there and see this crap. I don't understand. I thought they had a problem with sexual shit and nudity, and this is all of that. And there they are. They're out there scamming people.
They kicked me off.
I had to watch the video to investigate it.
I had the funny ones when they don't even spell the name right. There's one of her name was supposed to be Christy, but it was like CHRISTITY, like Chrisidity or something. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on, get better than that.
And all her friends are from third world. So you go to the friends list, and there's nobody from the USA.
Yeah. Or all her friends are guys.
Lives in Texas.
I got kicked off for nudity one time because I used to do videos with no shirt on. I was doing them on the when I was doing them on the porch.
That's because you got pits.
Imagine you got out there with no shirt, unless maybe you were trying to say you were doing some tranny shit there or something.
I don't know. All I know is that was actually kind of fun.
Well, Jerry's like a 36 double B anyway,
I have lost quite a bit of weight. Maybe that was the problem. I don't fucking know. I didn't even think you could see anything below my neck, but it's just one of them deals, man. I'm surprised. No.
Just put some electrical tape over them, okay?
Yeah. All right. That's all.
Poor Jerry. You've been cited for nudity. Yeah. What did I do?
Yeah, I know.
What the hell is What the hell is this shit?
I just.
I said, you ever go to the beach? Nobody's wearing shirts down the beach.
I do. I don't do that to people. I wear one. I ain't been to the beach in years. I don't know. Because when around here, I never wear a shirt. I go to town, I wear one. I don't wear one here. Robert Woods says, just as I figured, she's a scammer. Yeah, of course. I had a feeling by the way she was working.
Jesus, I can just picture Jerry prancing around there bare ass naked all day long. Jesus Christ.
Okay, first of all, I'm not
She
bare ass
was a
naked.
Jezebel.
I wear fucking shorts, you dumbass. Bare ass naked. Just about finished in the back room here. We put up a bunch of shelves and got 2 more to make tomorrow. And we'll be in there. Makes me question what Facebook workers are looking at all day. They're looking for people like us to kick off, and not so much the hookers and the guy from Nigeria pretending to be a white girl from Texas or something with 2 profile pictures. What I get a kick out of mostly is like they'll say you got 2 mutual friends, and then you look at who they are. I haven't caught Dave yet, but we're waiting.
Yeah, well, I've seen that also. I always check that out, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes someone they're not paying attention. They see somebody, they see a mutual friend. Okay, I'll accept their friend request, and they don't do anything else. They don't make contact with the person or say hello or anything. And I've actually messaged, people, and I'm like, are you paying attention to who your friend like this on your friends list? And this person you just friended is going through your friends list now, and sending out friend requests. I mean, like some people have, more than one of my accounts on their page.
Yeah,
I'll be in their friends list, and they've got different names. And then here you go. I've got friend requests on like 3 accounts from the same person. And that shows you right there that they're just collecting your friends like butterflies.
Yeah.
Most people are appreciative. Some people tell me to buy my own business. I guess they like playing games or something with these people. I don't know.
The only time I ever message anybody is if I know we're friends and they've sent me another request under the same name I know we're friends of. Because obviously, most of the time they've been hacked.
I'll tell you else what they're doing. I don't know if you've noticed this. These hooker accounts, they're trying to come off as Trump supporters. Their whole page is,
yes.
They're wearing a Trump hat. They're
Yep.
big,
Yeah.
And they try to throw you off. They say, right away, we got a patriotic naked chick here. This is great.
Best one I ever
But
got.
what can they get out of it? What's the end game? I don't understand that.
They'll scam you. I mean, I've literally got on Messenger.
Well, I mean, I don't have any like personal information on it or anything. I mean,
listen to this. I'll actually go on Messenger and I'll say, who are you? I don't recognize your picture. I don't recognize your name. Oh yeah, well I'm so and so, and I just found out that Mark Zuckerberg is giving out $1,000 to people because he's using their pages as a promotion, and you can get involved in this too. Click on this link I send you. I said nope, goodbye. I report it, and then I block them.
Or
you got to report. You got to report. Just blocking them doesn't get rid of them.
Or it's their pay-per-view
website.
Or it's their pay-per-view website or something like that. The best one I got, let's see, I got a friend request from the president of Liberia. I thought that was pretty cool.
Maybe you wanted to hire you as an ambassador.
Yeah, that would have been the icing on the cake.
Well, maybe if it wasn't the president of Haiti that got whacked a couple days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, two of the people who whacked him were supposedly Americans. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what persuasion
Yeah,
they
they
were.
probably got ties with the Clintons.
I don't know. No, what it was is he didn't want to get in bed with China, and I think that's what did him in.
Fucking Swallowwell did.
Yeah. I really don't friend that many people, but then again, I don't. Most of the friend requests that I get now that are people I know just because they have backup accounts and they're friending those. Have you all signed up for Getter yet? I heard that wasn't good to do. I don't know. Moving up in the world, yeah. Yeah, Deborah.
Never heard of it. Whatever that means.
It's a new. It's like Twitter. It's a new social media account. Listen, when they come up with one that has live videos, just let me know then. Okay. Otherwise, I don't care because I'll get off of Facebook. The only thing you'll see me is a trail of dust.
Is Getter Trump's
No,
site?
I think it's
Is that the one he's supporting?
No, I think it was one of his aides or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I heard Trump's actual site was supposed to come out July 4th. I don't know if Getter is it or not, to be truthful. I don't know. You would think there'd have been more fanfare. I mean, look at what the pillow guy, his came out and everybody went nuts. And you can't even get a fucking account on there. So.
Well, I don't understand it. I don't understand anything.
One of the previous owners of Parler is the head guy on Getter. Would that be the guy who got kicked out of Parler because, well, they kicked him out because he was the only one that didn't want to kiss ass and the rest of them wanted to get back online? It's all about money, folks. None of them actually care about conservatives. They care about the money they generate through advertising. Let's see.
He was actually the guy from Getter was actually somebody that worked for Trump. Spent his own money to crank this up.
Oh, good.
Spin it up.
Good. Don Jr., Eric Trump, Hannity, Tucker Carlson. They're coming after old Tucker pretty quick, ain't they? Nobody likes Tucker Carlson.
Oh no, because he called them out because the NSA was fucking spying on his ass just like they did Trump.
Yeah.
So you can't call them out on that crap.
They have to bury that shit under the rug.
Why in the hell is anyone surprised that anybody is spying on them? This is the fucking internet. Everything is a smartphone, a smart TV, a smart car, a smart this, a smart. Jesus Christ, I got damn doorbells and freaking thermostats that hook up to the fucking internet, okay? I got news for everybody. We're all being spied on. I get a kick out of these people. Oh, shit. I get a kick out of these people that don't want to get Messenger because they're afraid of being spied on, but they got Facebook. It's like, come on, guys. You can do live shows on rumble.com. Okay, I've tried to find a button for live. I can't find it. If you know how to do that, you let me know. And I will go over. I'm on Rumble, so I'll go over there and we'll rumble along over there. I know certain people can, but we ain't in their league. So
There was was one I heard about a couple of weeks ago, but I don't remember the name of it. And it started with an R as well. I don't remember what the name of it is. I'll have to research that.
Yeah.
They say it's pretty much like Facebook Live. You can,
Yeah.
create,
problem
shows and all that
is-
shit. I don't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it.
Problem is, if you go to one that everyone doesn't know about, okay, getting people over there is impossible. I can't even get people to go. I got a YouTube page that this show is right now streaming on, and we won't get any views. Let's see. RSBN is live now.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
YouTube.
Hey, Jerry, you got anybody that wants to call in or anything?
Oh, there's
No,
something
Be like a guest?
no.
There's something else I wanted to mention about Windows 10 for everybody out there using Windows 10. I've got an update on a little standalone program. It doesn't have to install anywhere. You just click on the exe file. It's called O&O Shut Up 10, and it knocks out like majority of the telemetry and stuff on Windows 10 that bogs down your computer and cuts back on the spying done by Microsoft. So if you're interested, if it's all right, Jerry, I'd like to put the link up.
I don't care, Dave. If you say it's okay,
All right.
you know more than me.
Yeah, you might want to YouTube it and get some information before you run it, but it's harmless.
Uh,
I put it in today.
Well, if Dave has it, it's okay. Broke my serpentine belt yesterday. Water pump stuck, causing the belt to break. You burned up a water pump and it broke the serpentine. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Well, at least usually water pumps ain't too hard to fix, and serpentine belts are pretty easy as long as you got a ratchet and the right size socket. Surprised you didn't hear anything first. Usually when the bearings or something goes and it's just freezes, usually you'll hear something. May not be for long, but you'll hear it.
Yeah, if you heard like squealing and screeching,
Yeah.
Something froze up and there's the serpentine's just going around a pulley that's not running around, so it's just screeching.
Yeah.
That'll burn out the belt.
Yep. I hate
They
serpentine
still
belts.
sell that belt grip fucking spray you could spray on belts back in the day. I don't remember. I don't even know if they do anymore. It's called belt grip or some shit.
Never heard
They
of it.
probably do. They have one called Beltees that apparently stops the screeching.
Well, if it's not on there,
Never had to use it.
if it's not on there too tight, you don't need to worry about that. Heard the squeak, but that was it. Well,
No, it's just like
yeah.
it's like a tacky adhesive that you just stays tacky all the time. It doesn't dry.
Oh,
So grip, if the belt's getting shined up and worn out,
Yeah, I think that's the same thing as that Beltees. It probably, makes it tacky so it sticks to the pulley so it stops slipping. I'm guessing what that does. Never had to use it, but I'm guessing what that is.
only had one serpentine belt go in my life, and it took maybe 5 minutes to fix it. So, luckily, I was by a auto parts store, so that helped. If I break one here, I have to
So what was
order
Matt's-
Oh
another
yeah, it's
one.
like that.
Matt, you say somebody wanted to call in
Yeah, if anybody does.
No one does.
It was like when I was a kid. You used to have that starter fluid shit spraying the carburetor when it was
Yeah,
the car was like frozen.
yeah,
It was like it's like fucking ethanol spraying it in the carburetor.
yeah.
it's like ether.
Just replacing all the front water pump.
seen people
power
set their
steering
cars on
fluid,
fire with
just
that shit. They
replaced
squirt too much of it.
Go. Soon we'll have a new car. Yeah, ain't that how it always works? What kind of car is it, Deborah?
Old, I'm guessing, if all
Yeah.
that went out at the same time.
Yeah.
Although you could have just drove it off the lot and it just gave a shit on you.
Well, the way they build cars now, you never know, but probably not.
Yeah.
2010 Ford Focus. There you go. Yeah, that explains it right there. Hey, what are we in? 21, 11-year-old car? You know, hey. I wish I could get a goddamn warranty on my 6-year-old
Knock on
truck.
wood, my 2003 Dodge Ram is still running, but I've had some major changes, but not so bad. But I guess I shouldn't have said that.
In the end, Nick and Ellie, guys, it used to be so much simpler when you could work on your own fucking car. There wasn't electronics on it other than, maybe like the stereo, and that was mostly, wiring and stuff and inline fuses or shit like that. Nowadays, everything's got to get hooked up to a machine.
Oh yeah, I had like yeah, I know. I had like a '76 Monte Carlo that I put fucking fog lights under the front bumper and wired them up myself. I thought I was cool as fuck.
Yeah. I hooked up my own fog lights too. I just gotta change them to the LED ones. Are better. Humby and Son.
Yeah, with the big.
injectors,
Are you talking about the ones with the
gasket.
big lenses and the quartz halogen lamps in them? Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, I got.
I had the yellow ones, the fog lights, and the driving lights. Also, I had.
Yeah, they were with a switch on the dashboard. I drilled a hole and put the fucking toggle switch in the dashboard.
Yep.
That's what I have. I did the same. I already had a hole in the fucking dashboard. It was obviously cut in there because it's perfectly round. So that's where I put my switch. It's not a very good spot because of where my leg is. You got to check the switch all the time, make sure it's not on, but they're not hooked up anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I got a smaller pair. They go on my bull bar in the front, and they're actually, like, if you have a hurricane or some shit like that, they'd actually be useful. So transmission fluid is such,
Oh yeah, the
transmission fluid's a pain in the ass. I swear to God, they should have a plug in the transmission pan for you to empty the transmission fluid out before you got to take the pan bottom off. I never understood how you just unscrew all the fucking bolts and you just let it weep out. That never made sense to me in my life.
Doesn't the transmission pan have a magnet on it that catches all that metal grit so you clean the hell out of it?
Some
and
of
put
them
the pan back on, and that stuff doesn't recirculate through the trans. I think that's maybe why they have you do that.
It is, but you can still, they should be a drain plug to drain the fluid out. Then you can take that off, change, whatever, clean up whatever, and then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it.
And
I agree.
put in a new filter, because none of that is that difficult, except the hardest part is getting the fluid out into something where it's not every fucking where. It's a pain.
Yeah.
And if it's
I think maybe they do that to make sure that the people do take the pan down and clean out that grit.
No, I think they
There's
do
no
it.
easy way around
I
it.
think they do it so you go spend $99 fucking dollars or more, $150 at the shop to have it done for you.
Yep.
My 01 Jimmy's transmission, and mine don't. Christ, I'd have to pressure wash underneath the truck just to get to it. And at this point, there's like mud caked up on everything from the road up front.
The next time you take the pan out, drill a hole in it and put a drain plug in there.
Yeah, that's never a good plan, Dave, ever. because eventually it's going to leak.
If you don't, well, you gotta do it the right way.
They have those temporary, or I don't know, not temporary, but they're like rubber plugs for your oil pan, for when you strip out the oil pan, don't want to replace it. And they'll work for a while, but eventually they're always going to leak.
You just got to get a better bolt with a good gasket on that. When you crank it down, it just a good washer on there, so it seals it off. But yeah, it could be a problem.
I forgot forgot what car it was, but they used to put Loctite on the at the factory on the oil plug. So when you tried to get it out, if it was hard. And about half the times I can remember, you would end up stripping out the bolt top and having to use a universal socket on it just to get the fucker off.
Well, that wasn't smart.
Yeah, you should use that high temperature. What's that rubber gasket sealer shit? They should put that shit on there.
RTV works on some stuff, but I've had problems with that. If you don't clean the surfaces properly, it's not going to stick properly.
Well, that's not that.
Oh yeah, it got to be degreased and everything.
Yeah, RTV is not. I use RTV for a lot of shit. I mean, like if I have a tank out from my electrolysis tank had holes in it, like from a screw or something. I don't know what it was, but I put it in there. Holds great. One of my coolers, I lost the plug for it. I put RTV in there. I can fill it up and leave it forever, and it don't leak. RTV is for good for shit. I used to have these SureFlow pumps, on-demand pumps. If you crack the plastic cowling on it, as long as it didn't break off, you could put RTV on the cracks, and that fucker would work like a champ.
I'll give somebody a do-it-yourself tip. If you got a cooler that, like, the drain plug, the little tab that holds it on there when it busts off and you lose it.
Yeah.
You take a wine bottle cork, wine bottle cork, and just whittle it down into like a fucking whittle down one side into like a conical shape, and just tap it in there with a hammer a little bit. That fucking works perfectly.
Yeah.
They also sell spigots. You can just thread it right in there, and it seals up right from the outside. Get a brass spigot with the threads on one end, and you just tighten it. It's got the
well, a wine bottle cork is a little easier fit,
So yeah.
I don't drink wine, so I just used RTV.
Well, I got to do things overkill.
I have a couple of them spigot things. I have one on my water filter that we drink from. They work fine. Got the little gaskets and everything. It's nice.
It's got to be a ball cock.
Yeah, if I'm going to modify something, I want to set it and forget it. I want it to work, and I don't have to go back and have to fix it again. So I usually do overkill when I modify things.
Well, I don't.
But I mean, fucking, how many times you use a goddamn cooler? I'm not using a cooler every goddamn day.
Modifying things in general.
Well, I like the half-ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's cheaper. You can just do it over and over, and it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah. I don't really use this cooler anymore. It's just, I've had it for like 20 years. There's nothing actually wrong with it. And mainly I don't want to get rid of it. So, plus if there's a hurricane, I'm thinking of turning my freezer into an ice machine. I found out how to do it.
And Max just joined us. Hey, Max.
Hey Max, how you doing? You get a couple of ice makers?
Are we doing talking to your fucking snake now?
No, Max in England. Max is over there in jolly old England there. I'm not talking about my pet.
Thank God.
As long as he doesn't start talking back to you, then we're all ready to get sick.
Well, if Dave suddenly starts eating apples, we got to worry. Traded a 22 rifle yesterday for a 72 Chevy with a 250 in it. All it needs is a tune-up, and the guy said it's set up for years since he got a new one, didn't need it. You traded a 22 rifle for a
What
fucking
kind of
car?
22 was it?
Jesus Christ, did it belong to fucking Teddy Roosevelt or something? What the fuck is that mean?
What kind of 22 was it? Ruger 1022 or bolt action was semi-auto?
Who cares? You got a goddamn car for it.
Like a
I had a 250.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
I had a 250 in my 68
like a
Camaro.
Mossberg or that kind of shit. 22 rifle. I have a 22 rifle. That was my grandfather's. He handed it down to me. I don't know how old this son bitch is. I don't even know what model it is.
I think we got a 22.
Well, I mean, how
rifle.
much is it worth? Could it be worth $300? Or maybe even if it's like an antique? The fuck? I don't know.
Okay, it was a Ruger.
No, a Ruger. Okay.
Ruger. Yeah,
Yeah.
good deal.
My 68 Camaro had a two
Once
work
for,
on it. It was great.
For a Cali 500, then I swapped the motorcycle for a Lincoln Town car. That was traded up on that deal.
The old town cars, the lead sleds, they were great. Comfort on the
Yeah,
hood.
Big hoopty.
Yeah,
It was a 71 Lincoln I had.
that's
All
the kind
electric,
where you drive to the store.
460 engine in it.
Yeah, that's the kind that when you drove to the store, you had to stop at the gas station to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I called it my Jew canoe.
That was a big sled. That's all that was.
Big lid sled is what it
With
is.
no reindeer pulling it.
About 5,000 pounds of Detroit's finest steel.
Step on that gas pedal and watch the needle go down. What the hell's going on here?
My son was talking about turning our old freezer into an ice machine. There's videos on YouTube how to do it. Okay. One guy, he does them all the time. And what he did was bought two ice makers, like for a refrigerator. And he bought some real thin steel and he set them in there. It's a matter of running your wires to either a plug or a plug and a switch so you can turn it off, whatever, and on or on. And he was saying it was making about, I forget now, but up to 50 pounds a week. That's pretty good.
No, turn it into a kegerator.
Now, problem we have with our ice is our lines are full of shit from the hot water heater. And what sucks is we have to take the water in a pitcher from the sink, put it through the filter. I made out of 2 5-gallon buckets with a actual ceramic filter in there to filter the fucking water in order to be able to drink it. And I go through, we buy these, right? What is it, Zephyr Hills or whatever. and then I just refill the bottles out of there. And I go through, if I'm outside, 6, 8, 10 of them a day. So you got to keep refilling it. What would be, and the ice in the refrigerator is okay, but it's got the same shit as the water. And what I do now is I make the ice out of the stuff in the bucket, and it's not as bad. It is, however, a huge pain in the fucking
You put any
ass.
kind of solution through it?
No,
Like a cleaning solution or anything?
no, I just change out the filter and wash the buckets once a month, and the pitchers. Matter of fact, I just got 2 new filters today, or I don't know, Thursday or some fucking thing. I don't know, but I'm gonna be doing that in the next couple of days. You gotta do it every month. And the water's constantly going through it. We fill the dog bowl up. You know, your ice trays take about a gallon, but we lose a whole shelf on the freezer because of ice trays. So if I can do this, all I got to do is go back, put the ice in, and take it out to the refrigerator. It's beautiful.
I don't even use ice or anything. I don't.
Well, when I drink out of
Eat
this
ice.
on show night, I use ice, and here my wife uses ice every day. Otherwise, I drink out of these bottles, and they're already cold because they're in the refrigerator. So, but I drink a lot of. I drink.
I drink water at room temperature. I don't even have it cold. I don't even drink water cold. I drink it at room temperature.
Yeah. Well, this. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm sorry. But I go through about 6 or 10 of them a day, and then just refill them, put them back in the refrigerator. Next day, you got cold water again. And my wife she has kidney problems now, so she has to go drink a lot of water. So 4 or 5 of them a day. So I've been buying cases of water lately. Because
Because like if I drink hot or cold water or hot, it fucking makes my teeth hurt. So I got to drink water like room temperature and shit.
yeah, but ice cold beer don't, right?
Well, I can put up with it.
I see. I see. Well, I don't know. I prefer it cold. This tooth, I'm lucky it's on the top because when I drink, I can make it so it doesn't touch it. But cold, if I like swishing around in my mouth, even without this tooth being bad, it does hurt my teeth. And that's kind of news in the last couple of years. I don't know why that is, but it is.
That's kind of fucked up. You know how like animals, they never have like fucking tooth problems or anything. You know, you look at a dog, well, when they get real old and shit, but for the most part, they're fucking fine. You know what I mean?
Duke here
Or
has,
any wild animal, there's nothing wrong with their goddamn teeth. You know what I mean?
Duke here
Yeah,
has,
you see these alligators with one front leg missing. Maybe it got bit off in a fight, and they just go on with their business. You can't do that with people.
well,
Well, I don't know if reptiles can feel pain like that.
Yeah,
Really,
they
I don't
can
think
feel pain.
reptiles feel pain.
They can feel pain, but the thing I'm getting at is their immune system is so strong it just heals up and they're fine. You know, they got like a resistance against infections.
they have to
Yeah,
because
I know
of
my
where they
dogs.
live. Look where they
They
live.
they've had to have teeth pulled because they were in pain, and
Yeah.
you knew they were in pain because they were lethargic, couldn't move around. They were
Well,
in pain.
were they old? I mean, old dogs.
Well,
Well,
10 to 12 years old.
Yeah.
They're still alive, but they basically have no teeth.
Well, that's an old damn dog, but
Judging by what I go
You
through,
know,
I looked at
I mean,
Duke.
shit.
I
I've
looked,
had old dogs; their teeth fall out and shit.
I look, judging by what I go through every time I get an infection or abscess, whatever the fuck they call it. Okay, Duke's teeth, the what the fuck is he? The hot dog. He's a fat hot dog. Dachshund. He had some bad teeth, and we didn't realize it. He was real lethargic and everything, like Nick just said. And I looked at it and saw how beet red it was. I says, and he had 4 of them like that. We didn't even know. We saw the one. By the time he got done, he had 4 pulled out, and it's weird. I brought him home from the vet, right? Put him on the porch. He was much happier. And the other 2 dogs came out, and the first place they went to sniff was his mouth. It was weird. Like they knew. And he had 4. I've never had 4 like that. I can't imagine the amount of pain. Imagine the pain.
Couldn't that be attributed to the fact that he shit that a dog would naturally eat? You know what I mean? I don't know if wolves get like fucking bad teeth or anything. I mean, they
I don't know.
die of something else.
I think they get teeth that are worn
You know
down.
what I mean?
I think if they live for a long time in the wild, which is not that usual in many species anyway, I think their teeth wear down to a point they can't rip meat or whatever the same way. I don't know. And you got to also remember, like you take deer, they eat a lot of grass, they eat a lot of stuff, and it knocks the shit out like from between their teeth so it doesn't rot.
Well, yeah, it's like horses. That's how they would like judge a horse. They'd look at his fucking teeth and go, "This horse is like fucking 10 years old. I'll give you $5 for him or whatever."
What happened last night, Jerry? There I was waiting. It was too much for me to enjoy continuing to live. It's a lot better right now, but if I hit it wrong, it's fun. And I'm going to try again tomorrow to pull it out myself, and hopefully that will work. If it does not work, I'm going to the dentist Monday, and this will be alleviated. I can't take it no more. One way or another, it's got to come out because my cheek hurts now right here, and it moves to different places, which is fucking weird. And this gland under here, where is it? Actually, it's gone way down. But still, I can feel it's hard as a rock. So
those lymph nodes or your spit lymph nodes?
I don't know what it is.
No, it's his nuts up there.
Yeah, that's funny. You know the glands that your mother used to check every time you had the sniffles? I don't know what the fuck she was checking for.
On your neck?
Yeah, them, right underneath your chin or your jawbone there. And the doctor checked them too, the pediatrician guy. So
lymph or pituitary or
something.
whatever.
I don't know there. I have no idea. But it's
yeah, they squeeze you in the jaw, then tell you to put your arms up and feel your armpits and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the first time I've had my cheeks swell up, obviously. Everybody's had a toothache, had that happen, but I've never had the gland. Doesn't really hurt even when I press on it. It's just hard as a rock.
The poison's getting into it,
I suppose.
Yeah.
So if I try to cancel Monday and still have the tooth in my head, my wife is going to go berserk. So I guess I have to go. But I would really prefer to save the $200 or $300 to be truthful. I did get better antibiotics, and that ibuprofen which is turning me into a fucking zombie because that shit makes you want to go to sleep. And I'm taking them every 3 or 4 hours instead of every 8 hours. So it's been interesting, but I ain't
Yep.
dead.
I
So
had one of those glands. Sure, Jerry, I had one of those glands go south on me a couple of years ago. It was like, I guess you'd say it was even. It was in my cheek, but it was right across from my lower earlobe. But if you took your finger and ran it towards the front of your face, it was like right there in the cheek, and that one swelled up. It
wow,
had something to do with salivary glands or something.
it could be.
And it got to the point where the swelling wouldn't go down, and it solidified. And they tried to stick a needle into it and take out fluid to check and see what was going on. There was nothing there, just a big solid mass. So I had to go get surgery. They cut me from the top of my almost top of my head down my neck behind my ear, and they went in that way between the inner layer of the cheek, to get that sucker out of there. And they're lucky it wasn't cancerous.
Thanks, Dave.
Those can fuck up bad.
Thanks, Dave. I feel better now. Anyway, I am
Yeah, just wanna
absolutely
let you know.
sure. Yeah, I appreciate it. You're always a ray of sunshine there, Dave. You always are.
Okay.
I feel certain that
Well, I'm
once,
just trying to say, don't don't not pay attention to it. Your body's telling you something.
yeah, it's telling me get this fucking tooth pulled one way or the other, which is tomorrow will be full
Yep.
effort. I got to tell you right now, it's kind of pointing towards my cheek here on this side. Everything's backwards on the camera, but on this side, and I can close my mouth without it, grip my teeth. In other words, basically the teeth on the bottom are touching the inside of it, or wait, yeah, the inside of it. That's it. So it's ready.
Does it feel better when your mouth is open or closed?
Usually open, Dave, but then that's a constant state. So my teeth hurt if I eat anything like crunchy. The rest of them, I don't know. Here's what I know. All right, as simple as this. I had perfect teeth my entire fucking
Anybody
life.
ever had their nutsack cut open?
No, damn, Matt. Has nothing to do with teeth.
No.
Anyway,
But
I was at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, when I was in the Marine Corps, and they were feeding us or making us drink poison water. What they did was, and this was for years and years and years, from the 50s up until 1987. All the cleaning fluids from like dry cleaners, shops, degreasers, that kind of bullshit. Okay. Ended up in when it was no good anymore. They put it 55-gallon
Toluene.
put it in 55-gallon drums and stuck it out at a dump site and forgot about it. So you know how 55-gallon drums are. They're metal. They rust. Hole gets in them. Stuff leaks out. Gets into the groundwater. Now, when you were drinking the water, you could tell it was no good, or there was something wrong with it. Anyway, we were all 19 years old. Back in the day, they didn't have fucking. Well, they had Perrier. Okay, that's it. All right, they didn't have all this fucking bottled water bullshit we got today. Um, so we drank it, we bathed in it, and we ate food from it. Now there are a lot of guys now that have died from cancers, from it, from having neurological diseases from it, and the United States government and the military, Department of Defense, is fighting every step of the way because they don't want to pay out for this shit. They don't want to take care of people for this shit. They figure they're taking care of them already at the VA, which they're not. People are dying from it because they've been poisoned on Camp Lejeune. They have not said anything. The government has not allowed teeth to be part of it. But my question is this. I literally had perfect teeth my whole life. Perfect. I had one cavity when I was 15, and that's it. One. Okay. My teeth were straight, never needed braces. Now all of a sudden they're all just falling out, and I'm not the only one. So my opinion, that's what it's from. Can't prove it, so fuck it. This is what I'm dealing with. I'm going to keep going until some of the front ones fall out or whatever, see what happens. And then I guess I'll have to go to a dentist and get some kind of partial or whatever. I don't even fucking know. I don't know. My wife got one. She had for years. She liked it. It was fine, everything. Then she had to get another one, and this one turned out shitty. I don't fucking know, guys. I really don't. My daughter had a friend. Well, there is a Facebook page, Camp Lejeune Toxic Water Survivors. They are literally fighting the government for years. Ford doesn't like to spend money on anybody in America, as you well know. Now, let me tell you something. When I was there, everybody knew. Okay? Everybody. You couldn't drink the water without knowing. Okay? Which means that the generals knew. The commanding officers knew. They covered up a bunch of water. They used to, even on military bases, they come out and test your water and stuff like that. They covered up a bunch of reports. They falsified reports. I believe this went on from 1957 and 1987 or 1954 or something like that. In the 50s to 1987. And I was there in 86 and 87.
What did all the bigwigs on the face?
Oh yeah.
Nothing. They did nothing. The
I
military
don't
did
know,
nothing.
but
The Department of Defense did nothing. The United States government did nothing, and they're still doing. Now they did clean the water up, but you know how many people were on Camp Lejeune, Camp Johnson, and Camp Geiger, where I was? There's 3 bases. They're all kind of next to each other. Okay, and then you got the air station also, New River Air Station. You know how many people have gone through those 4 places in that amount of time?
this might explain. I had a buddy I grew up with. His name was Rick. I won't say his last name. He went to Camp Lejeune like 80, and like 2 or 3 years later, he moved to Vegas and tried to strangle his fucking wife. He just went nutty. He did like fucking 15 years in prison. I was like, I can't believe Rick would have done this shit.
Well, you know what?
I don't know. Maybe he got that shit from that too, or something.
This was some power. I mean, it's shit.
Maybe it
keep in
affected
mind,
his brain.
it's not the stuff that they tell you isn't in the shit now. This is shit from back in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, where, the stronger it was, the better it was. Okay. They used to, I know the guy who used to run like the lawnmower shop. They'd fix all the lawnmowers on the fucking base. He's civilian. They dump shit on the ground, oil, you name it. And nobody thought nothing of that. Hell, I did that when I was a kid. Okay. But it does get in the groundwater. Eventually. You pour enough, if you have enough shit leaking, eventually it gets through all this dirt, all the sand, around all the rocks, and down into the groundwater, no matter how deep the groundwater is. Okay. Camp Geiger sounds ominous. Camp Geiger is where the Neanderthals, what do they call? The barbarians live there. There's the 8th Marines. They had a PX, an E-Club, a Chow Hall, and also infantry training school was on there. That's it. They had a paddleball court. They had tennis courts that no one used. They used them for parking when people went on float. Camp Lejeune was its own city at the time. They had McDonald's, Burger King, big PX, like a huge Walmart now kind of deal. And Camp Lejeune was huge. It's the biggest amphibious base on the planet. Right there on the Atlantic Ocean. if you go far enough east, anyway. And it's in Jacksonville, North Carolina, which is at the time was mostly bars and Court Street, with Court Streets where the hookers were, the strip bars. I think they've gotten rid of it a long time ago since, but they had a sheriff that did not like Marines. He would put you in jail for anything, to the point where they restricted everybody to the base. We're not allowed to go into town to buy anything. And the town council took care of that. That lasted 3 days. I love my time in the Marine Corps, but they did a lot of shit that was wrong. But when you're young and everybody else is going through the same shit, you just do it. But of all the things they did wrong, I live with 99% of them. This I cannot live with. I wasn't probably there long enough to catch cancer from it or anything. It's been a long fucking time since. But I'm losing all my fucking perfect teeth. And I don't see why. It is now I'm losing them, so I can do that, but it really doesn't solve any problems. The VA's in his face known to be caused due to a subjection to Agent Orange. Hey, Nick, they did that for years and years and years, the guys from Vietnam. I mean, it's actually relatively recent that they started was it 20 years ago? They made it okay to treat them, but how many guys died, how many birth defects, all that kind of shit. Sad. And all Agent Orange was a defoliant, because it was the jungle, and they poured it on her. Everything died almost instantly, and they poured it directly on people. Some of them people were us, our people, Americans. Okay. I mean, you think about this. There's a guy out there got 3 voices in his head telling him to kill his family and everybody else around him. And in the end, the only person or entity he has to turn to is the VA. These idiots in the street that want to socialize government-run fucking healthcare, most of them probably don't belong to the VA. VA is fine for minor shit. Get a checkup. They run every test on the planet on you. But for anything major, I wouldn't trust them.
No, and just same thing with you, Jerry. Like my dad with you, Jerry. He's losing teeth out of his head. Been doing it nonstop.
Yep.
It's just for no reason. He had perfect teeth. So he went into the army.
Yeah, some of these people
he comes out of the army.
Jesus Christ.
And served his time and was stationed
in war.
And it's got at wartime. Mm-hmm. And got sprayed by Agent Orange, and eventually later on he gets this tumor on the side of his head right below his ear, his right ear.
Yeah.
It progressively grew. I mean, really fast.
Yep.
Within about 3 to 5 or 6 months. Took a 15-hour surgery to get that out of him. And he had the drooping eye. His eye cried for an entire year. Before it finally, everything grew back and the nerves took back.
Yep.
I mean, my dad suffered with that shit.
Yep.
But then he's got the teeth problem.
Yep.
You know, mine's a whole different situation with the allergies. His was he's subject to this shit. The VA has denied him benefits since 2002.
Two things. You were born with them. Okay, think about that for a minute. You were born with them, which means that when you were conceived, they were in you. So where did he get? You know, where did you get that? Okay, and two, I would, yeah, but Nick, do you think maybe it came from him because of what he went through? Think about it. It's possible.
Well, you know, I never thought about that.
It's possible. I'm not a doctor, as everyone here knows, okay? But it's possible. You were acting. It's not like you developed these. I don't know, like when you were 2 or something. You were came out with them. Okay, and you do take part of your father, part of your mother. You know, you came out of both their bodies.
Yeah, it's possible.
How you know, and you seem to have had a shitload of them for some reason. Now you stop and think about all these guys from Vietnam with just the Agent Orange, okay? And then you look up how many birth defects that these guys had in children that they had after they got home. Proven now, and more admitted to now by the government. Okay. Now, again, that may not be it, but it just seems odd.
That would be something to research. But people exposed to Agent Orange males.
Total sense. It makes total sense, Jerry, because my older brother
did well.
My mom was already pregnant before my dad joined the army. So, you know, he was born before my dad had to go there and get subjected to.
Yeah.
Dad came on leave, he was subjected to all this shit.
Yeah.
And then my younger brother was 8 years later, way later than the Vietnam War ended, and he didn't have the same problems. They all had certain allergies and shit, but I got the worst of it.
I had allergies when I was a kid too, but I developed them. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like it wasn't like I was born with them. And I'm not saying you should really do a lot of research before you start blaming your father, but or the government. Just saying that seems odd to me because
I'm not blaming anybody.
If you look into how many birth defects, I mean, thousands and thousands of birth defects from guys who had been in Vietnam, exposed to Agent Orange, coming home and having kids. I mean, from the 60s on past into almost into the 80s, they were complaining about this. It was happening. Okay, birth defects. And some of them are really bad. Some weren't as bad, blah, 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 that kind of thing. You should really look up where allergies that you were born with came from, I think. I don't know. I don't know how you would even do that, but ask Dave. He's good at that.
Yeah, it'd be a good thing to try to look up. Yeah. It's probably hard as hell because it probably won't give you the truth.
You know, just so you'll find any statistics.
I was allergic to everything. I mean, you name it, I was allergic to it.
Yeah.
But why is that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, why? You know, I couldn't take immunization shots. That's why I will not take this goddamn COVID-19 shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't take any immunization shots. Almost died from that shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm not taking this.
It's like it was like your immune system was like destroyed. It was like totally compromised.
It is destroyed. And like you, Jerry, my teeth. Oh my God, the tooth pain I've lived with for decades.
Yeah.
Because they're just rotting in my head, and there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah. And the allergist told me I was going to have that problem.
Yeah. Well, your dad has bad teeth. You have bad teeth.
Yes.
Does his
Yes.
father? Did his father or any? You know, you got to also look into family history because sometimes plays a big factor and it skips generations and whatever. I don't know. It's like 5,000 different things, but you know, there's a lot of
No,
things.
his father, my mom's father, both served in World War II. They eventually ended up with false teeth. So I don't know what their
Well,
tooth factor was in the end.
age does play a part in it, but like there's guys I'm talking about from Camp Lejeune, their teeth are just crumbling, literally pieces falling out of their mouth.
That's what mine does.
Yeah,
I mean, if I chew too hard, I will have a tooth break the fuck off.
Yeah, and that shit fucking is broke. I had a broken tooth here. I had it pulled, and I waited 3 weeks. I couldn't take it anymore. That's how bad it fucking hurt. And the cloves and all the rest of the bullshit I concocted did not work. That shit fucking hurts. And the funny
one
part,
break right down to the gum line. I was chewing on a piece of hard candy and it pushed from the inside out.
That is broke
that sucker right off. I'm like, son of a bitch.
That is how I broke mine. I chewed bit down on it. I heard it.
I
didn't realize what happened.
Hard candy in 2 decades. I haven't chewed gum in 2 decades. I can't chew gum. I can't eat hard candy. I have to watch what I eat and how I chew. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, 3 cents piece of candy.
Yep.
Cost me hundreds of dollars at the dentist office. The son of a bitch.
Yeah, I bet that.
Now,
and the funny part was,
if I had a tooth I wanted to come out, I probably should have chewed gum and you pull it right the fuck out.
The thing is, Dave, I broke mine, and it didn't start hurting until like a month later. But when it did, it didn't play. And the only thing that would help the pain is if I just sat there with I got one of them atomic toothbrushes, you know, you push the button and it's got different speeds and weird shit happens. If you held it on there long enough, I don't know if it was just the vibration, would numb it. Nothing else worked. Nothing. Finally, I said, I got to go get this fucker pulled. When he did, it came out as one, but you could see the crack all the way around the whole thing.
Right. Yeah. When mine busted up, I was like, okay, it don't hurt.
Yeah.
Because a couple weeks later, it set my hair on fire. I couldn't I've come down now.
Yeah. Now I get these abscesses constantly. I don't know. You know what? In the end, when I was in Camp Lejeune, the one thing about Jacksonville, North Carolina, is everyone that was born and raised there had no fucking teeth. I was like, there wasn't a dentist within 50 fucking miles. It's the one thing I remember the most about Jacksonville, North Carolina, and the people who lived there. Everybody was missing teeth, and nobody cared. I had all my teeth. I said, I never want to go looking that way. Because when you look at somebody who's missing their front teeth, at least, that's what you look at. You can't help it. It's like a train wreck or something. I don't fucking know. But whatever it is, it is. And now I'm that guy. So, none of my front teeth are coming out yet, but I'm sure it's going to happen eventually. I can only chew on one side of my mouth now for months because I only have the one tooth that's here and it's about to come out now anyway. So, you know, I can't eat crispy bacon anymore, which probably annoys me the most. And I don't want to be gumming grits the rest of my fucking life. So, anyway, I do like not having teeth better than the pain that having them it gives me. So that's why I'm going Monday, probably. I was allergic to dog dander, animal dander, furs, some fucking shit when I was a kid. I developed. We had to get rid of our dogs. So.
I was allergic to all of it. I took 200 little pricks in my back, 20 down each arm.
Yeah.
I was allergic to everything
Yep.
except one, catfish.
That's a sad
Only
life.
one I wasn't allergic to, catfish.
That's a sad fucking life.
It's like your body was alien to this planet. You know, your
Oh dear God,
it's almost like you went to a country. It's almost like you went to a country that you've never been before and was exposed. You need some kind of protection against it. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Everything was your body had no resistance to any of this shit.
No resistance to anything.
Oh boy.
And the reason for catfish, because it doesn't have scales. That was the doctor's explanation.
Well, we all know
Other
Nick's
than
an
that,
alien
I
now.
took 13 years of shots.
We know Nick's an alien now, so. Now they got pills for allergies. I take them. I got an allergy where I itch. And I mean, it's that deep inside the skin itch that it itches so fucking bad that it almost hurts. Where you will you will bleed scratching.
It will bleed.
Yeah.
Yes. I still have that too, Jerry.
Yeah. And I'm
I still have that as well.
It's only happens
I still have the grass
indoors.
allergy.
Yeah, I don't know, but I never had that. But it's only happens to me indoors. So I'm thinking it's like mold or whatever. Because you live in a tropical climate. Every house has mold. I don't care if it's a year old. I don't care if it's fucking 80 years old. It's got mold. So, that's probably it. Something in the AC ducts. I don't know, something. But whatever it is. And I take whatever the pill I take here for it, and that keeps it from happening. But if I forget the pill for like a day or so, 2 days at most, and it always starts in my furthest extremities, in my fingers, between my fingers, my toes, and then it moves up to my forearms. If you look at my forearms, they're speckled. Some of them are cat scratches from a cat I had, but most of them are from me scratching. So.
Oh, then I get the eczema thing, so I have all that shit too. Yeah, so that will make you scratch your ass off. Believe me.
Yeah.
The bad skin. Yeah, that shit. It just comes on you, and you have to scratch, and before you know it, you made yourself bleed.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
True story. When I first started getting this shit, I was married the first time. I couldn't sleep. One night, at like 3 o'clock in the morning, went to Walmart, bought every fucking cream they had. Literally, I came home with like 6 tubes of cream for itching. I got the good shit. I got the generics, everything, and I just put it all on. Still didn't work. And why? Because it wasn't on top of the skin; it was underneath. So anyway, we're out of time, and I got to go because, well, it's time to go. Anyway.
We're all sick here. Yeah. We're all miserable.
Yeah. Except Matt, he's got house guests. It sounds like he's having a really good time with the husband, so he's lucky with that.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, Deborah. Thank
you.
Go
upstairs to the bathroom, Matt.
It's nice to see everybody. Go to your $25,000 bathroom, Matt. You'll be happy. All right. Matt, any last words?
I feel bad for all these woeful stories of your maladies, but I really haven't had any of that, and I know it sounds awful, but I guess I'm just a superior human being or something. Must be genetical.
Yeah, that's what it is, Matt. We'll let you believe that, no problem. Good God. All right, Nick.
Yeah, it's genetical, until they find you floating in the pool, and then we'll see what your malady is. But other than that, we have actual real life problems here.
Yeah, Yeah, thank God.
You might want to have a sign-in sheet for all your guests tonight, so you know exactly who's in your damn house.
Yeah.
So the professor can find out who might have
patient zero.
Dumped your ass in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might have an accidental drowning along the way. We don't know yet. It's possible.
Yeah.
If the gasket comes off that light in the pool.
Or accidental shocking.
Yeah. Okay, Dave, how about you?
Once again, enjoyed being out here with y'all. Take care of yourselves and take care of your teeth, because if you don't, they'll go away.
Yeah, they sure do. Let's see. All right, so what is it, Monday?
All right, faggots, let's go.
All right, so it's Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Y'all have a good night. I kind of wish we could have got to the weird of the news, but Matt has left because, he has to go drown someone. We might not be hearing from him again. I don't know. Something tells me there's going to be witnesses for the first time. Anyway, let's see. Stay vigilant.
Or get drowned.
Yeah, one of those two. Yeah. Stay vigilant. But he was nice enough to call us all. At all times, and always remember, it's amazing what you can do when you have no other choice. My name's Jerry. On behalf of Matty K, Nikki Young, and the indubitable Mr. David Novi, we bid you all a very good.
Good night, all.
Bonsoir, mon frère.